Vickie Bell here with part 3 of our Preparing for Your MOR series. Thanks to all of you guys who've sent me an email saying that you're enjoying the series so far. I'm glad. Please remember, however, the disclaimer that due to the time restraints for the Tuesday tips, we only highlight the selection of the categories that will be reviewed and not everything. As promised today, we will look at Category E, Leasing and Occupancy, pages 8 through 19. It starts with the application process and tenant selection. This would be a good time for me to tell you to make sure that your application and that your tenant selection plans have been updated with all of the latest HUD changes, including the VAWA changes. The reviewer will review your application for the following. First, to be sure it contains sufficient information to determine eligibility. Secondly, to determine if asked whether or not the applicant or any member of the applicant's household is a sex offender. And this one, most applicants or applications have omitted, so make sure you update that. And thirdly, is whether or not the application asks for a listing of states where the applicant and any household members have resided. Many of the applications we see still ask to list the address that you've lived in the last 3 to 5 years. That's not quite the same. Fourthly, the reviewer verifies that the HUD 92006 form is in the file, signed and acknowledged, or an acknowledgement of refusal to sign. Fifthly, the reviewer will also ask to review your tenant selection plan to make sure that it is in compliance with the HUD required criteria. Sixthly, during the MOR, the waiting list will also be reviewed. The reviewer will be looking to see if the waiting list includes all of the required elements and topics, the number of applicants on the waiting list, and the bedroom size. But most importantly, if the applicants are selected in the proper order. Seventh, compliance of the HUD model lease. The lease addendums and the attachments will be reviewed during the MOR. HUD Form 50059, the house rules, the move-in inspection report, the VAWA lease addendum, the lead-based paint disclosure if applicable, the pet rules if applicable, or the live-in aid addendum. Owners should also have a police or security personnel addendum if they have one. Eighth, the reviewer will look at your damage charge list, terminations of assistance, evictions that were conducted in the last 12 months. Number 9, in this section, your EIV system access and security compliance will be assessed. The reviewer will also look at your EIV policies and procedures. There's one note I want to make here. Make sure that you are pulling your EIV reports in accordance to your own company's policy and procedures. Track security, your tenant file security, and the summary of the tenant file contents are also in this category. Remember to always keep your residence files secure. They contain very confidential information, and we will discuss the content of the files later in the next series. As you can see, there's a lot going on with Category E. It is not required, again, I want to repeat, it is not required, but some companies elect to have copies ready or to send those written policies and procedure documents to the reviewer ahead of time to save time during the review. Next week, we will look at file content. So make sure that if you have any questions about file contents, what you're putting in or not putting in your files, that you tune in next week.